more. He's a garlic sauce man. So, I don't want to miss it. Wednesday night from 7 on Talk Sport. It's gonna be a great night.
Townsend and Parry. Terribly important, I would have thought.
No worry, mid-morning defence. Talk Sport.
27 minutes to 12 here on Talk Sport. I can tell you now, Howler and West Auction, of course, we've got the old 42-inch plasma up for grabs today. If you can come up with a unique bid, the lowest unique bid will claim it, don't forget. Lines close at 12:30, but 12 vacant bids, Mike, below £2.
I tell you what, the wires are on fire this morning. I've never seen such a response to this, because people really want this 42-inch, some of the beautiful television. Absolutely gorgeous piece of furniture to have in your home, and as you quite rightly say, and you get into it, Andy, don't you, by texting us on 88821 with your unique bid.
Brilliant.
You have to text talk, obviously, TALK, followed by your bid in pence to 88821.
Yeah, now Woodward and Nick says, instead of paying 150 grand a year, Andy, you want to have a retired Gurkha as a living nanny for about 30 grand a year. How about that? He'll soon sort it out. I like it, Nick. Thank you. I want to go to Matt, who's been waiting patient. He's out in Saudi Arabia listening to us. Matt, very good morning, or whatever time of the day it is there. How are you, Matt?
It's lunchtime, Andy. Thanks for that. I love your show. Talk Sport is very fantastic. It's a paradox that soccer sport that people seem to follow, and you get a interesting range of topic and views of the people of England, which when you're living in the sandpit here, looking after the oil and gas, is very interesting to see. I don't know how you put up with your colleague there. Morning, Mike.
Yes, good morning, Mike.
Drive you insane, I think, and sometimes you mean, but today, Mike, I agree with you on one point and disagree on the other.
Go on, then.
And the other thing is, please don't sing with Michael Bolton.
No, I won't sing Michael Bolton. I don't have the pitch in the range for Michael Bolton, or maybe he hasn't got the pitch in the range for me. Right, go on, Matt, tell us now.
The soccer players, mate, I don't think that they deserve any special treatment. I think Andy made a very good point, and you've had a couple of other callers about the security, home security. I understand your point about the taxes and the systems. I've heard you ranting for many, many times, and I agree with you on the radio, that our government needs to do stuff, but as you say, they fail, they never do it. I'm here, I don't want to pay any tax anymore, because they don't deliver the goods. You can't tell me that a soccer player deserves more protection than a surgeon or your local GP or somebody who's worked very hard yourself. You guys that earn money, or good old Mr. Tube in the morning who must have salted millions away, they don't deserve any more protection than the rest of us.
But they don't deserve less. But they don't.
Paradoxically, like that other yobbo you want to ban, why should he get special treatment when the rest of us are left either to do what Andy suggests, to protect ourselves, or the good old service of the police? I think the players get paid more than enough. They've got to take some accountability themselves.
Well, in some respects they have, but it's unfair to say the footballers can look after themselves. Yes, they can look after themselves, but they shouldn't be cast out of society just because they've been very successful in their lives and they earn big money.
They've got to step up a bit more to the plate, because I love the cliches that a lot of your other stations and the media are role models and these are pillars of community. I think that's it's a phrase that's used too much, because again, in your earlier point, and I don't want to dwell on it because you're moving on, clearly not all of them, and more rather than less, don't have that role model. You've got people that have got to learn that they're in the public eye, like you and Andy. They've got to control themselves when in the public eye. They've got to conduct themselves properly, and they've got to be a role model. They're getting paid loads of money. If they miss that point and they lack that accountability, well, I agree with you. The clubs have got to come down hard, throw the book at them, fire them. If any of my staff here in an oil and gas environment, if the chain of command is broken, you can imagine what would happen in a major oil and gas site. I come to work pissed in the morning, the whole thing falls apart. If a player doesn't perform or doesn't look after himself, fire him.
Matt, can I ask you, Matt, before you go, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Matt, before you go, always intrigued to know, how much is a litre of fuel in Saudi Arabia?
Less than a litre of water.
Less than a litre of water. And Matt, maybe you don't answer this question. How much in the pound do you pay in tax in Saudi Arabia if you're a Saudi national?
If you're a Saudi national, they don't pay tax, but they pay a thing called zakat, which is in the Islamic rules and law. Very complicated. I'm sure you have some Muslim listeners, and that's the contribution to social taxes and social services.
And how much is that in the pound?
Tax, about 10%.
10%. And what do you have to pay in tax?
Mike, Right, that's very difficult. Lots and lots of tax, Mike. Export dollars back to that horrible person that you talk about.
Okay, but 10% basically in Saudi Arabia. Okay, Matt, thank you very much indeed.
Yes. Love to talk to you guys, and thanks for your time, and keep up the great work, and don't let the bastards get us down.
No, Matt, come on.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. 0871788.